Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as we do see the market kind of being a little bit volatile today and even yesterday. We are seeing a little bit of Bitcoin kind of ranging in the around the 59 to 60k mark. If we do break 58k, we could expect 53k possibly being on the table, as well as some higher 40k marks if we do go down that low. Now, with this, we are seeing some alts kind of bleed a little bit more. It's nothing too crazy. XRP is below $1.10 yet again. If we do continue to kind of go down on Bitcoin, we could expect some lower targets for XRP, possibly $1, with possible lows being around the 80 centile range. So, we're still watching the market, and in terms of the 80 centile range, I'm not expecting lower 80s. If anything, it's probably around 85 cents if we do test that low. It all depends on how low Bitcoin goes, by the way. But within this market, this is all well and healthy for us to pretty much pump to the wave 5, and we are going to expect that wave 5 later than sooner, in terms of like Q1 or Q2 of 2022. So expect this cycle to be lengthened a little bit more, but also higher prices for a lot of altcoins as well as even Bitcoin. Depending on how high Bitcoin kind of goes, we could expect some major returns on a lot of altcoins. But with that being said, for anybody who is new to the channel, definitely hit that like button. Also subscribe and turn notifications on. And yeah, before we fully jump into this video, I just want to let you guys know that I'm still having that sale on the Ultimate Crusader Trading Bundle Pack until this Saturday. So definitely get that while the time is still there. This includes all the content on the site as well as all future content for free as well. So it is the best deal for your buck. Now, in terms of XRP, we already know that it's going to range to the all-time high, once we get into that massive next wave point for altcoins. XRP is one of those assets that is severely undervalued, right? It's also one of the altcoins in this market that hasn't really kind of made any significant moves just yet. Currently speaking, we hit about almost $2 this bull run, but that is nowhere near the all-time high. But along with us pretty much ranging to this all-time high, which is roughly around $3.84, comes the price discovery phase. Now that is the wave 5. The wave 5 will be ultimately the ending pretty much show for everybody who is in crypto. Now, of course, we have to wait until Bitcoin does make its wave 5. We haven't seen that topping point anywhere near us yet. Obviously, there is a lot of price targets being thrown around, possibly 100k, whatever. But I still think that we are seeing that run to about 75 to 85k, possibly being the topping point for Bitcoin. Now, with this, we are also talking more so about a settlement period for XRP, running to $10 plus, if you will. I wonder what happens to XRP when a handful of exchanges start relisting it all at once, right? Plus a couple $100 million in buy pressure from the Bitwise Top 10 ETF. It's only a matter of time. Now, with this, I've always discussed the fact that where could a settlement happen? When could we expect this SEC lawsuit to be behind us, right? And it's obviously sometime in possibly 2022, right? Because that's a lot of the discussion. Now, like I said, with a lengthening cycle, could we expect a Q1 or a Q2 settlement in terms of this SEC lawsuit? It would technically make sense if a lot of altcoins start to range and pretty much hit their wave 5 in Q2 of 2022, and we actually see like something like XRP and the laggards of crypto pretty much target that point in time. That would be fairly significant. But again, if XRP does, I mean, think about it, right? Like this, right? If XRP does get clarity in 2022, specifically Q2, think about how high XRP will actually run. That's the end goal period where we pretty much see, $100 to $130 or, some high price targets for XRP depending on, the base point behind it. Now, also, we are seeing a lot of Ripple discussions within this market, especially from Ripple themselves. We're seeing RippleNet Cloud is improving cross-border payments in a key remittance corridor, connecting Money Match app and Al Ansari exchange to redefine the customer experience with same-day payments to Malaysia. Now, this is no real news, but I will say this, okay? When we're talking about real-time payments, when we're talking about cross-border payments as well, Ripple has positioned themselves perfectly with the use of course, XRP. But it's funny to see all of this innovation happen around the world. Okay, while XRP is still in this SEC lawsuit, we know that realistically speaking, innovation is being stifled by the US on a day-to-day basis. And the longer that we pretty much hold Ripple in court for something as idiotic as what they're pretty much claiming Ripple to be, which is, or I should say XRP to be, which is a security, it's just we fall further and further behind in terms of innovation. We are seeing Ripple and XRP be adopted around the world right now, and I seriously don't see a future where Ripple and XRP are prospering ahead of most of the competition in this game. So I think that the future is bright, but also we are seeing a lot more use cases and innovation blossoming from Ripple's side anyways. So this SEC lawsuit has not slowed anything down. In fact, we see here, Tranglo, how new age solutions are shaping Southeast Asia's cross-border payment capabilities. Now, of course, with this, we are all pretty much talking about cross-border payments. We're looking at Ripple, the giant and international cross-border payment provider, Tranglo, of which Ripple has recently agreed to acquire a 40% stake. Now, the best part about this is, as Ripple continues to broaden its global reach, interest in the likes of Tranglo comes as little surprise. The payments provider controls a considerable proportion of the market share, with the APAC region facilitating over 1,300 banks and wallets and 130,000 cash points. This is absolutely incredible, okay? And like I've been saying, innovation is not slowing down at all. In fact, the SEC, they've done more harm to the investors of XRP than to Ripple themselves at all. In fact, Ripple's probably been prospering ahead of most in terms of cross-border, acceptance and adoption. Plus, not only that, but Ripple's overall revenue points have increased percentages in 2021 alone anyway. So the SEC has not done any harm to Ripple as a company. Yeah, sure, they lost their US-based customers, but their customers around the world obviously are transacting at a massive rate and providing a ton of value for Ripple and also XRP. Now, I know that XRP hasn't been gaining any sort of, major price points or price movements. And again, when we're talking about what the SEC has claimed, they say that, Ripple and XRP move very closely together in terms of value, but that is obviously not the case here. But still, XRP in terms of value being utilized has grown. The price hasn't, but the utility-based point behind it has. Now, we also see here, this is why I don't care about retail use cases, by the way. World's largest financial institutions / banks using a coin at scale could easily mean a 100 to 1,000x. Okay, and I just want to clarify real quick, okay? So let's go back down here. We see here, facilitating over 1,300 banks and wallets and 130,000 cash points. So, when we're talking about at scale, if we're looking at XRP being 100x to 1,000x, we essentially will get there. It might not happen overnight, it might not happen tomorrow, but if we're looking at things from an overall standpoint, we're talking about the ODL adoption, we're talking about the liquidity hub, we're talking about, the interledger protocol being utilized within XRP as well, right? All of that stuff kind of going all in one into a massive base point of adoption and, of course, innovation around the world in terms of the financial sector. We could expect XRP at some high price targets, especially considering the fact that when we're talking about most of the top 100 banks being, pretty much utilizing XRP with RippleNet, right? We already see them in a trial base point. We already see a lot of them already on, the Ripple, team. We're seeing massive adoption, okay? And at scale, once we see a lot of these, banks and financial institutions working with the ISO 222 compliant messaging system, possibly utilizing XRP as the main focus point, what price will we essentially get to? That's the end goal, right? We don't know exactly at scale how much it could become into, price appreciation, but we know that they are solving a $27 trillion issue with Vasho accounts. And if we get a small percentage of that, or if we get the entire pie, think about how high we could go in terms of price appreciation. Now we also see here SEC is going to lose $10+ in a blink of an eye. Who is bullish? Now the best part about this is that we would already have been at $10 plus if it wasn't for the SEC. That's why I said, they are harming XRP investors more than Ripple themselves. But also, okay, $10+ in a blink of an eye from the SEC lawsuit, there's no way. Okay, and the reason why I say there's no way is because we will already be at around $5 to $10 by the time that a settlement actually even happens. It could happen while we are in a bull market or a bear market. It doesn't matter at what point this happens. The price would obviously be much higher than $10, realistically speaking. Okay? Now, where's the endpoint for that? We actually don't know. We would have to analyze XRP's current price at the time of settlement to really kind of see the upside potential. If we're at $10 to $15, we're looking at massive relistings, clarity. We're talking about the Ripple IPO. There are so many catalyst events to go in hand with that. We could essentially be a 10 to 100x from the current price that it is at, which we already know is incredible in terms of upside potential. Now we also see here ePay runs on Euronet's REN, which is integrated with Ripple. Euronet also owns Ripple customer RIA. Look at this, guys. This is pretty cool. So this is money transfer to China. Millions of overseas Chinese choose ePay payment, global payment system, right? Now the best part about this is that we also see here ePay, a secure, fast, and low-cost global payment provider. Again, this is pretty much a massive... First off, look how many users they have. 1 million users and more than 150 cooperative banks and financial institutions connecting with all major financial regions around the world, okay? With the technologies and programming interfaces of REN payment platform from Euronet, ePay processes digital payments. All right, and here we go. Look at Payment Hub, Ripple, SEPA, Swift, digital wallets, credit card networks. There's so many, payment options here, but of course, Ripple is a big name here. Pretty interesting, right? Now we also see here from Gazan Global in their portfolio is Ripple, also Flare and XRP and even Stellar. Pretty interesting things. Now, of course, a lot of these, for an example, Gazan, okay, this is a portfolio including, a lot of distributed ledger technologies, blockchain technologies, Internet of Things, and many more. But again, these are major SMEs also that are, investing into companies like Ripple and XRP. Now, we already know line of credit for SMEs is big, and XRP has that use case as well within the Ripple ecosystem. So not a big surprise there, but again, innovation is innovation and adoption is adoption. So this is very interesting to see. And of course, like I said, with everything in mind in the banking scene, it just surprises me that XRP is not at a higher price target right now, especially with a lot of things that are happening in terms of innovation, especially with the liquidity hub. The liquidity hub alone should already have us at some high price targets, because that is massive of a use case. That is a giant of a use case, and also solidifies the whole reason of being in XRP. Okay, the liquidity hub itself is such a massive use case that a lot of people are overlooking right now. But again, being an XRP holder, we should already understand that everybody in this scene overlooks XRP until the end of the bull run. That is where our major moves are actually made. That's where the wave 5 really pretty much puts our name on the board, and that's where everybody takes XRP serious. And this year is going to be no different than 2017, and I'm very excited for that. But with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.